Chapter 139, Who Can Defeat Me? 2. Defeat me and you can take the 20 bottles of Level E Energy Restoration Elixir. Second year heroes, who can defeat me? You can give it a tree. Themant the content was written, the students around the Longhu arena erupted. Some scolded Zutui for being arrogant, while others were happy. This was especially so for the second year students. They pointed at Jung Ziking and started scolding him. Zutui, you're too arrogant. You're just a freshman, yet you dare to challenge the top 100 of our second year Longhu list. You're too arrogant. FCAC, this is a slap in the face for us second year students. This hatred aroused the anger of the crowd. Zhu Tun and Chai Zhao were dumbfounded. FCAC, those who attract hatred and attention are still businessmen. Chai Zhao sighed. On the stage, Jung Ziking, who had been treated as Zutui by the second year students, could not take it anymore. He quickly called out to Zutui. Brother Zhu, it's your turn. It's your turn. As there were too many students gathered around, Zutui could only climb up from the edge of the arena in a not-so-cool manner. Seniors, I am Zutui. I have 20 Level E Energy Restoration Elixirs here. Who is going to defeat me? Zutui stepped onto the stage, cupped his hands, and shouted. Since Jung Ziking had already started off with a perfect act of posturing, Zutui had to continue acting while it was still hot. This time, the second-year seniors were really angered. Immediately, someone shouted, "I'll defeat you." In an instant, a dozen voices rang out. More than a dozen seniors rushed toward the teacher on duty to register. This situation made Jung Ziking and Zutui realize that something was wrong. If everyone came, Zutui's mental strength would be exhausted before he could fight his way into the top 30 of the Longhu list. Jung Ziking reacted the fastest and immediately added the rules. As he added the rules to the billboard, he used the loudspeaker to read the supplementary rules. Seniors, the challenger must be a second-year student ranked in the top 100 of the Longhu list. The ranking of the next challenger must be higher than the previous challenger. In order to avoid a meaningless battle of attrition, all the challengers had to produce a bottle of Level E Energy Restoration Elixir before they went on stage. If you win, you will take it all. If you lose, this bottle of Level E Energy Restoration Elixir will be added to the rewards. Zutui was stunned. There was such a thing. Was this considered a registration fee? In fact, after the 20 bottles of Level E Energy Restoration Elixir attracted so much attention, the seniors on the top 200 rankings were successfully provoked. Jung's provoking skill was maxed out. With 20 bottles of Level E Energy Restoration Elixirs in front of them, they took out a bottle as their registration fee. It no longer mattered to them. This was because there was only one thought in many people's minds: if I take it out now, it will still be mine later. The dozen or so seniors on the top 200 rankings who surrounded the registration area all waved their Level E Energy Restoration Elixirs. However, they only accepted one person at a time. The other seniors on the top 100 list had pained expressions as they looked at the fellows registering. That was the pain of losing 20 bottles of Level E Energy Restoration Elixir on the spot. Wang Kia, who had ignored Zutui's challenge just now, stood below the stage with his arms crossed. He only had one thought in his mind as he looked at Zutui, who had taken out 100,000 yuans. Is this person really powerful? Or is he really stupid and rich? The reward displayed in the billboard turned into 21 bottles of Level E Energy Restoration Elixir. The person who had snatched this challenge spot was Cao Sheng, an extreme branch, ranked 94th on the Longhu list. However, the challenge did not begin immediately. It was Zutui's first time in the arena. The teacher on duty was teaching Zutui how to use the protective equipment on the arena. There are 2 layers of protective equipment. The first layer is a super fiber bulletproof vest. This is the most important protection against your vital points. You must wear it. The second layer is the standard combat uniform. It was divided into body part armor and full body armor. You could choose this based on your needs and stamina. Most Mystery Branch students would wear this ultra fiber helmet. It has average defense and is very light, but it doesn't affect their mind power at all, said the teacher on duty. Thank you, teacher. According to the teacher's instructions, Zhu Tui first put on the ultra-fiber bulletproof vest. It was very light and only weighed about a kilogram. Then, he put on a thin ultra-fine fitted helmet. He did not wear a full-body standard combat uniform. That one was a little cumbersome for Zhu Tui. He only wore body part ultra-fine armor. For example, his chest, shoulders, joints, leg guards, and so on. They did not affect his mobility and were not heavy. The choice of the second-year students was similar to Zhu Tui. The extreme branch paid more attention to agility and explosive power. If the equipment was too heavy, it would affect their combat strength. "Junior, are you ready? I can't wait." Cao Sheng, who was standing on the stage, looked anxious. He could not wait to get those 20 bottles of level E energy restoration elixir. 20 bottles of level E energy restoration elixirs were definitely enough for him to consume for more than half a month. If he saved it, a month would be enough. When it came to something that fell into one's lap from the sky, it was better to be safe than sorry. Fortunately, he managed to snatch it. Hearing Cao Sheng's words, classmates of Cao Sheng started to jeer. "Old Cao, you're rich today. You have to treat us. We'll kill you if you don't treat us." Cao Sheng laughed as he dealt with the situation. He would have no problem paying 1,000 yuans to treat a group of brothers to a meal. "Get ready, both challengers to the standard combat position." The teacher on duty shouted. Zhu Tui and Cao Sheng stood at the standard combat positions of both sides at the same time. The standard combat distance was 10 meters. The alloy rod in Cao Sheng's hand hung down weakly and steadily. He was just waiting for the battle to begin. Anyone could tell that anyone would vomit blood on the spot if they suffered such a blow. Below the stage, some students had already started to mutter. How many moves can this freshman fool take from Cao Sheng? One move is hard to say, but it definitely won't be more than 3 moves. At the side of the arena, Zhong Ziqiang's tightly clenched fists were covered in sweat. Even his heart was trembling. He was really worried about Zhu Tui. Start! Boom! Cao Sheng took a large stride forward and leaped a few meters away. The iron rod that was of the same length as Cao Sheng's had already surrounded Zhu Tui within its attack range. Swish! 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 A near-piercing screech sounded almost at the same time. Before the students could see what was going on, they saw the iron rod, which was still ringing, suddenly break free from Cao Sheng's palm. It fell to the ground and collided with the arena, producing a muffled sound. At this moment, Cao Sheng let out a painful groan. Blood flowed from the palms that had just retracted. A bloody hole was directly pierced through the palm of his left hand where it was close to the web between his thumb and index finger. A piece of meat from the back of his right hand was directly taken away by a silver pill. 3 alloy silver pills with glowing tails were flying around Cao Sheng. Cao Sheng was so shocked that he did not dare to move. In an instant, the entire Longhu arena fell silent. Even the teacher on duty was shocked by the results. He had forgotten to announce Zhu Tui's victory. Zhong Ziqiang's eyes widened. He looked at Zhu Tui and then at Cao Sheng, who was injured and had lost his ability to fight. He felt like he was in a dream. This combat power is too terrifying. Zhu Tui was stunned for a moment. Then, he remembered his strategy today. He might as well act tough until the end. Is this the standard of a second-year hero of the Longhu list? Are there any stronger ones? Who can defeat me, Zhu Tui? The audience was in an uproar.